life-threatening COVID-19 infection. I mean, many people ended up with ventilators, but when I went into a hospital, I was convulsing and hands and feet paralyzed and so on. And basically the doctors didn't know what to do, so I was bedridden for 2 months. And essentially it was an extreme autoimmune response that COVID triggered. I'm living with a biophysical limit. I've had several relapses since. I should be wearing my mask, I have it in my pocket. But yeah, I'm not paranoid about it, but I try to be safe. So yeah, I mean, everything flashed before me, my life, leading a school boycott at age 11 in 1980, growing up as a child in the cauldron of mass politics of the 80s. And I consider myself part of that last generation, shaped and made by mass politics resistance, working at COSATU's think tank in the early 90s. It's a very key moment in our transition, going consciously to be at the center of the Communist Party, also in the 90s. To kind of advance the renewal of a new imaginary and a new politics. And then of course after even the ANC and Communist Party and so on, working very consciously in grassroots communities. And I worked in township communities for over a decade and worked on alternatives. And so I just felt that there was a need for this to be brought together. If you like, a resource for what can still be done for the next generation. The second quick reason for this is that I also felt that we are living through a situation where we have a defeated left in South Africa. And, well, Oscar's revealed everything about the ANC, but the curtain hasn't really been drawn on the world of the left in South Africa. I agree. And taking people inside that world and the sharp debates and engagements and contestations around the future of this country. I mean, this book has the first critique of macroeconomic policy, for example. Of course, these are the parts not taken. These are the options and futures that were not embraced by the mainstream nationalist project and so on. So I just felt this was part of the hidden archive of the South African left. And it was one small part of it. And I just felt I needed to put that together. And then finally, and I don't want to dominate, but the other reason is, this title sounds a bit,
that was one of my questions. So
sounds a bit cliche, a love letter. But there's two things to this. There's an interesting radical humanist called Erich Fromm, and he wrote a book called The Art of Loving. And basically he says love is an act of giving and not taking. And then I have a quote here from Chris Hani, which inspired my generation, about love. And it's about a civic love. It's about if you like, an altruistic love. And I just felt that we are in an ethical crisis as well. And that we need to revisit the ethical basis of praxis, politics, who we are. And there's two things. One is an invite in this love letter. An invite to confront the polycrisis we're living. And secondly, a question. And the question is, well, does capitalism love you?